Hey everyone, this is the Peaceful Warrior here to give you my latest review slash rant of Naruto chapter 601 entitled Obito and Madara. Um, this is actually a video response to King of Lightning's latest chapter review as well. So feel free to click on his review and check him out. But with that being said, coming into this week's chapter, we discovered a few things. First, Toby is definitely Obito. Second, Obito acquired or built a relationship with Madara after his death, and it was through that relationship that he was able to attain the skill, the prowess, and the intelligence necessary to do the things he did as Toby. Three, and this is pretty much what consumed the majority of the conversation about last week's chapter. We know that Obito decided to become Toby because Kakashi let Rin die. And if you've seen my previous videos about last week's chapter, you know exactly how I feel about that. I think it's petty and trivial, only because Rin herself is petty and trivial. She's not even a twinkle in the entirety of the Naruto universe, yet her death is the catalyst for all the conflict we see in the Naruto universe as it stands right now. So with all that being said, getting into this week's chapter, Madara has arrived on the battlefield next to Obito, and Naruto, Kakashi, and Guy are shocked, and they're like, well, if you're here, then what the hell happened at the other battlefield? And Kakashi's like, hold on. You mean to tell me that the Madara that was fighting the Kages is over here? And Obito's like, man, dude, you would be the one to break that Edo Tensei. But anyway, Madara is pretty much like, look, if I'm here, what the hell do you think happened? I'll beat the dog mess out of the Kages. And like, look, I was just playing around with them and they couldn't touch me. So imagine if I was to get serious. And to me, they do a flashback. Well, not a flashback, but a flash over to the other battlefield where we see all five Kages either dead or on the verge of dying. And somehow Tsunade has the stamina and the chakra to be able to summon Katsuyu to the battlefield. And when she does, she's about to say something, but Katsuyu cuts her off and is like, look, I can put your body back together. Because we see that Tsunade is literally half the woman that she used to be. And she's like, no, don't worry about my body. Just bring me the Kages because I can still save them. Which to me, this whole scene is weird because it's like, I don't care what rebirth technique she has. She split in half. She shouldn't be alive, let alone have the chakra and the stamina to be able to summon Katsuyu to the battlefield. And she damn sure shouldn't be able to have the stamina and the chakra necessary to save the other Kages in her condition. So that's just that's that bull crap. That's all that is. That's that bull crap. But with that being said, it flashes back to the battlefield with Obito and Madara, and Madara's like, yo, this dude is only a shadow clone. Where's the real body? And Kakashi is actually caught by surprise because despite his visual prowess, he has never discerned that the Naruto we see in Bijou mode is actually a shadow clone. It took a Rinnegan user to be able to make that distinction. How fitting. But once that's revealed, B is like, all right, well, if that's the case, help me out. So Naruto takes out the anti-Bijou power stakes from B, and he hurls them towards Obito and Madara. And when he does that, Obito detaches the fan he has. He tosses it over to Madara. Madara like activates Susanoo, and he deflects the Bijou stakes. And he pretty much gets into a little talking to with Obito, and he's like, dude, you mean to tell me that you started this jutsu without having captured the 8 and 9 tails? And I'm being revived in this form? Like, dude, this is not what we talked about. This is not our plan. you got to learn how to be more patient. Like straight up. And like, so what the hell's been going on? Like where's Nagato? And Obito is like, about that. He betrayed us, man. I don't know what to tell you. He used that jutsu on the villagers instead, and things just, in that distinction aren't just going according to plan. And so Madara's like, shh, can't trust nobody these days. And he's like, look, man, forget it. It's too late to do anything or worry about it. Let's just do what we came here to do. I'm going to go capture the 8 Nine Tails. You take care of those two, i.e. Kakashi and Guy. And just then, Naruto, being Naruto, swoops down with Rasengan-sized Bijou Dama in Bijou mode. And Madara defends himself with the fan. And everybody braces themselves for the explosion to come, but there is none. And all of a sudden, he's like Uchiha counter. And all the force of the explosion is deflected back against Naruto. And so he gets blasted away. And then Madara's like, I'm up. I'm about to go capture 8 Nine Tails. You take care of those two. And just then Kakashi is like, Obito, man, how could you be in league with this cat? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what's up with this? And then we get a glimpse of the flashbacks that we've all been waiting for. That should have been the only flashbacks that we should have seen during this fight. We see Obito after he's been rescued and half of his body has been crushed and bandaged. He's like, am I dead? And we see Madara, who's super old. His hair is, grayish white. And he's like, you're in the crevice between your world and the next member of the Uchiha clan. So Madara doesn't even know who Obito is at that point. So overall, we're heading in a good direction. Next week's chapter is going to be heading in a good direction because we're finally going to be able to get some new information, some relevant information that explains how Obito survived, how he came to be Toby, how his relationship with Madara was formed, why he chose to go along and be in league with Madara and agree to his plans, and just get a lot of answers finally to a lot of these questions that we've been having. So that's where we are right now after this chapter. Now, a couple of critiques that I have is that I'm not satisfied but even though King of Lightning is with this chapter. And the reason why is because I don't like how Kishimoto has seemingly gone out of his way to miss between 50 and 75% of both heavyweight fights. Like, I just don't understand that when he's been able to concentrate and not miss a beat on like middle class, welterweight, and lightweight fights. Like, we didn't miss a beat when Kakashi was fighting. We virtually didn't miss a beat when Kakashi was fighting Zabuza and the 7 swordsmen of the mist. We didn't miss a beat when Darui was fighting the Genkaku brothers. We didn't miss a beat when Asuma was fighting, his students. We didn't miss a beat when Itachi was fighting Kabuto. We didn't miss a beat when Kankuro was taking on Sasori and Deidara, excuse me. Hell, we even got to see Kakuzu a little bit. So it's like, if you're willing to emphasize and focus on all of these fights so that we, see these details, then why is it that you would miss between 50 and 75% of the 2 heavyweight fights that make this war worth watching? I just don't understand that. And Kishimoto up until this time, we've just had extraordinarily too many flashbacks, too much talking. Like, this is not peacetime when, everybody is just working for their own villages and developing their characters while going on missions. This is war. It's not supposed to be all of this time for talking. You know what I'm saying? I've never understood this facet of Kishimoto's writing concerning this war. Like, there's extraordinarily too much talking, way too much talking. It's time for action, and I just really don't understand that. Like, we miss out on Madara using his true power, like when he gets serious, and that would have mean that we would have saw the full power of the Kages, because they literally would have been fighting for their lives. But instead, we miss out on that. So I'm very disappointed with those things. The action of this chapter is pretty much Naruto getting his Bijudama deflected against him. But that's pretty much it. This was an okay chapter in my opinion. I used to always, until 2 chapters ago, I used to always expect epic chapters, after epic chapters from Kishimoto. But ever since the identity of Toby and consequently the character of Toby fell apart, thanks to Kishimoto's doing, I've just begun to lower my standards to avoid being disappointed. And, I don't say that lightly because I wish I didn't have to do that. But at this point, that's exactly what I have to do. And so whatever happens, happens. But going next week's chapter is headed into a good direction. So I will say that. So thanks everybody for watching, and tell me what you think about this week's chapter, and I look forward to your comments in the comment section below. As usual, rate and subscribe. All right, take care.